how to know if you are the problem in the relationship. Because most of the times we are so good at pointing fingers on the other person. It's always the other person's fault. But how do you know if you are the one who is the problem? So this is the topic of today. It's about self-reflection. Today we want to go through a self-reflection moment where I'm gonna be talking about the things that we need to do or to check on ourselves, right? Okay, thank you so much for joining me. And can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. How to know if you might be the problem in the relationship? How do you know that you might be the problem in the relationship? The first one is you are always defensive. When your partner asks you about something, what happened to this? Already you are on the defensive. You are always thinking you are being attacked, right? If you find it hard to accept feedback, for example, something happens in the house, or somebody has broken a glass, or somebody has turned on the lights and left them on, and then somebody says, or your partner says, I saw the lights were on in the bathroom. Did you forget to turn them on? And already, instead of you listening to what he's saying or she is saying, already you are starting to be defensive. I didn't do that. Do you think I could do that? Don't you think I know that it's expensive to leave the lights on? That's not the way to respond. If you did leave the lights on, just say, you know what, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn the lights off. Or, honey, can you turn the lights off for me? And, that is that. But if you have to be explaining every time and trying to defend yourself every time, then you are the problem. Number two, you struggle to apologize or even to admit you are at fault. You struggle to apologize or to admit you are at fault. Healthy relationships require humility, right? If saying I was wrong feels impossible, it may create a distance and resentment on the other person. Because if you struggle to say you are sorry and you feel you're always right, then, you have a very big ego. And that's a problem because, people, it takes two to tango. For a relationship to work, it takes two people. And now if you are going to be on the defensive every time and you don't even apologize when you know you are wrong, you raised your voice or you accused your partner of doing something that he or she didn't do, and you still cannot apologize, or you forgot to do something that you were supposed to do and you still cannot apologize, then it shows that you are the problem in the relationship. Number three, you control or dismiss your other partner's feelings. You control or dismiss your partner's feelings. If you downplay their emotions, make decisions without considering their input, or expect them to meet your needs without compromise, it builds imbalance in the relationship. The other person has a brain too. The other person has a life too. The other person also have emotions, they have feelings, they have things that they also need to be considered in the relationship. But if you are going to be inconsiderate and making all the decisions in the relationship, then it means you are being overbearing and you are trying to control everything. You can't control everything. It's two people, it's not two kids anymore. Even your kids, when you try to make decisions for them, they are going to retaliate. And this is also what happens in the relationship. Number 4, you avoid conflict instead of working through it, right? So instead of working through things, you just go into the silent treatment. You give your partner a cold shoulder and you think that, this is going to solve everything. It won't work because, giving your partner the cold shoulder is not going to solve the problems that you guys are having, because you need to work through things. Sometimes you just shut down because you just don't want to admit that you are wrong, which is not right. Talking through things helps to solve problems. Shutting down or refusing to discuss issues leaves problems unresolved, and it breeds resentment and frustration. Number 5, you are so focused on winning and not understanding where the other partner is coming from. It's always about you. You have to have the last word in every conversation or in every discussion, right? In disagreements, if you care more about proving your point than understanding where the other person is coming from, it shifts the relationship from teamwork to competition, right? When you are in a relationship with your partner, you are not supposed to be competing for attention. It's just the two of you. But if you have to be trying to put your partner down all the time so that you win, then there's a problem. A lot of people that do that are narcissists, they are control freaks, or they have issues with insecurities. They want to make sure that everybody is under them and they are controlling everyone. Most of the times when you look at partners like that, there is something about them that is just not adding up. Number 6, you notice repeated patterns in past relationships. If the same complaints come up with different partners, for example, lack of communication, jealousy, avoidance, that's a strong sign to look inward. So if you have been in different relationships and the partners complain about the same issue every time, that you don't understand. You are such a control freak. You are so selfish. You are so self-centered. And you are always so argumentative. You are so combative. If all these are coming up in every relationship, then you should take a step back and kind of look at, what's really going on. Why am I getting this feedback from all my partners? Then it means I have things that I need to look at. Number 7, you don't invest in growth. You don't invest in growth. You don't want to grow. You don't want to change. Relationships need nurturing. If you are unwilling to make changes in your life, to learn or to compromise, then you need to really take a look at yourself, because nobody wants to be in a relationship with a person who doesn't want to compromise. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody who is selfish, because every partner also needs to be supported. Every partner needs to be nurtured. Every partner needs to feel loved. And every partner needs to know that the other person is on their side. Number 8, if you continue to prioritize you being right all the time, it's all about you. It's all about your views. It's all about what you want. not about what the other person wants, or not about what is right for the situation, then we have a big issue. In that relationship, you are the biggest issue, because you really need to take a step back and look at why do I want to be right all the time? Sometimes you might not know that, this is what you are doing, but if you have heard it repeatedly from people, then I think it's time for you to take a step back and kind of take care of things, clean your house up, because you might say, oh yeah, there are no good men left in the world. Oh, all the women that I'm dating, they don't understand me. Oh, all these women, they are not good for me. But have you ever taken time to look inward? Who is Rosemary? How am I communicating with my partner? How am I projecting myself on the other person? Because sometimes what we project on other people are the biggest issues that we are facing. If you really want to try and control everybody, it means there's something that you're afraid of, right? If you are always prioritizing what you want and not what the other person wants, then what's the point of being in a relationship? So here is what you need to do when you suspect that you are the problem in the relationship. The first thing you need to do, practice active listening without interrupting. When the other person is saying, you know what, honey, I don't agree with these things, or, I'm not okay with how you spoke to me the other time. You need to listen to your partner. Listen to understand, not to listen to react, not to listen to disrupt. Number two, ask your partner what they need to feel loved and supported. This is the biggest thing that you can ever do to your partner. Asking them, honey, how do you want me to support you? Right? Let me know how I can make you feel loved, how I can make you feel supported, because I want to be there for you, honey. I'm here for you. And you will see that this is the most important issue that's driving a lot of relationships apart, because you are never there to be vulnerable enough to ask your partner what they want. Reflection. Take time to reflect. What patterns do I bring into this relationship? And what are the things that you have been doing in the past that you have brought as well into this relationship? The last one, consider talking to somebody about it. Your mentor, your parents, your brothers, your pastor, your counselor, your coach, and get some help, because help is out there. Sometimes you just need to take time to be alone so that you can do some self-reflection, because it's not that all men are bad. Yes, some of them are bad, but what about you? Because it takes two to tango. What are you doing in the relationship to make sure that you are not the problem in the relationship? So thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope these few tips will be able to help you in your journey and in your relationships. Let me know if there's anything else that you need me to answer for you. Send me a DM for anything, and also share this video with your friends and family so that we can also help each other to create solid, healthy relationship. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now.